In the last class, we understood some basic terms that are pole, center of curvature, aperture of the mirror, so different types of mirror, concave mirror, convex mirror, and we also understood how the reflection of light occurs in both the mirrors. And we left our discussion at the law of refraction at the spherical refracting surface. So now if we continue, the OPI is the optical length. So now L can be written as, so how do we write optical length? Optical length is written as N into X. Here X denotes the distance and N denotes the refractive index of the medium. So OPI, so the OP is in refractive index N1 and PI is in refractive index medium N2. So now if I write L will be N1 OP plus N2 PI. So this is the optical length. So now you have the two triangles here, OPC and PCI. So for this, if you apply the cosine rule for the triangle, so for triangle OPC, if you apply the cosine rule, then what you can write? OP square will be equals to what? OC square CP square minus 2OC CP cos theta. So this OP square will be what? OC square plus CP square minus 2OC CP cos theta. So now if you send this 2 to that side, OP will be what? Root over OC square plus CP square minus 2OC CP cos theta. So from the diagram, you know what is OC. OC will be what? OM plus MC. So now MC is the radius of curvature, then what can be the value? So this is R, radius of curvature. Let us try to substitute those values, these values in terms of U, V and R. So here we have OC, CP. So if you want to know the value of OC will be OM plus MC. So OM is what? U plus this term will be R. So OC will give you U plus R. Next term is CP. So where is CP? CP is here. So CP is again what? It is just R, the radius of sphere. So substitute these values in this equation. OP will be equals to root over OC is what? U plus R whole square plus R square minus 2 OC is again U plus R, CP is R cos theta. So this is the value that you got for OP. Now similarly you have to write the cosine rule for the another triangle, that is PCI. So here PI square. So for triangle PIC So pi square will be equals to what? It will be equals to ic square plus pc square minus 2ic pc cos. So here cos will be what? It is 180 minus theta. Cos of 180 minus theta. So pi will be root over ic square plus pc square minus 2ic pc. So cos of 180 minus theta will be minus cos theta. If you multiply minus, then this becomes plus cos theta. So here you have two terms, ic, pc. Now let us understand what is ic, pc. So ic, if you want to get ic, then you have to subtract r from the value v. So it is very clear here. So the overall range, if you see, mi is v. If you minus mc from mi, you get ci. So for ic, you need to subtract mi minus mc. That will give you what? v minus r. So next term is pc. pc is radius of sphere. So from that, pc can be written as r. So substitute these two in the above equation. ic is v minus r whole square plus r square plus 2 v minus r multiplied by r cos theta. So this is the equation that you get if you substitute the value of ic and pc. So now for total optical path length, we got L is equals to N1 OP plus N2 PI. L is equals to N1 OP plus N2 PI. So from the diagram, we got what is PI. PI is root over v minus r whole square plus r square plus 2v minus r cos theta. And for OP, it is root over u plus r whole square plus r square minus 2u plus r cos theta. Substitute these two values in L and try to solve the equations. Now L is equals to N1 OP plus N2 PI. So now I will substitute OP and PI in the given equation. L is equals to N1. What is OP? OP is root over U plus R whole square plus R square minus 2U plus R cos theta. So this is for OP. Now if you see for PI is what? Plus N2 multiplied by PI. PI is V minus R whole square plus R square plus 2V minus R cos theta. So this is for PI. So now you have two terms. First term is multiplied with N1, the refractive index of the medium 1, and second term is multiplied with N2, that is the refractive index of medium 2. Now let us try to solve this equation and find what will be the equation. So to solve this, we have to take the differentiation of L. So dl by d theta. So n1 here is constant, so n1 remains same. So differentiation of root x will be what? 1 by 2 root x. So if I write that here, 1 by 2. So in root, what we have? U plus r whole square plus r square minus 2 u plus r cos theta. So now here the term is variable in terms of theta. So now we have to differentiate this term with theta, d theta. So if you differentiate the first term, there is no cos theta, so you cannot do. So second term, there is again no theta here. So in third, we have the cos theta. So what is differentiation of cos theta? Differentiation of cos theta is minus sin theta. So here you have minus 2 u plus r. So differentiation of cos theta is what? Minus sin theta. So if I write this, n1, 2 will get cancelled, minus minus becomes plus, n1 u plus r sin theta divided by u plus r whole square plus r square minus 2 u plus r cos theta. So r here is missing, there is one more term r, and again here it is r. So the final equation is n1r u plus r sin theta divided by root over u plus r whole square plus r square minus 2 u plus r. So here again r is missing, r cos theta. So let us do the same thing for the second part. So n2 remains as it is. So the differentiation of root x is 1 by 2 root x. So v minus r whole square plus r square plus 2v minus r multiplied by r cos theta. So if you differentiate this, you get what? You get 2v minus r multiplied by r. So differentiation of cos theta is minus sin theta. 2 gets cancelled. So what remains is n2 r v minus r minus sin theta So let us take this negative sign outside and let us put that here. So the final equation will be n1r u plus r sin theta whole divided by the root term u plus r whole square plus r square minus 2 u plus r multiplied by r cos theta. So here the sign comes here, n2r v minus r sin theta So now this is the equation that we got after differentiating dl term with the theta, that is for cos theta. So now you have two terms. So if theta is very small, then theta will be approximately equals to what? 1. So wherever there is a cos theta term, you have to substitute 1, or wherever there is a sin theta, substitute 1. So here n1r u plus r sin theta will be 1 divided by u plus r whole square plus r square minus 2 of u plus r multiplied by r, and minus n2 r v minus r divided by v minus r whole square plus r square plus 2 v minus r. So this is the equation that we got after substituting theta is equals to 1. So now you have two terms here. So this is something like a plus b whole square, and this is a minus b whole square. So write them in terms of u square plus r square plus 2ur, and 1r u plus r divided by, so u square plus r square plus 2ur plus r square minus 2ur minus 2r square. So here I have removed the bracket and I have multiplied 2 and r to the u plus r. Now similarly, n2 r v minus r multiplied by r divided by v square plus r square minus 2vr plus r square plus 2vr minus 2r square. So now cancel the terms which are cancelable. So here plus 2ur minus 2ur gets cancelled. So plus r square is 2r square. So there is minus 2r square here. So both these three terms will get cancelled. What remained is root of u square. And here if you see, plus 2vr minus 2vr will get cancelled. Plus r square is 2r square, and this 2r square will get cancelled with minus 2r square. So equation will be so this is the equation. So there is extra r here. So now dl by d theta will be 0. So if you take 0 is equals to n1 r u plus r by root u square minus n2 r v minus r, and n1 r u plus r divided by u square So r gets cancelled, is square root. So what remains is n1 So this is the equation that you have left with. Now divide this equation by r. So what you can write, so if you multiply n1 u by ur, so you will get cancelled, what remains is n1 by r plus n1 r by ur, r gets cancelled, n1 by u which is equals to n2 v by vr, so v will get cancelled, what remains is n2 by r. So if you cancel N2R by VR, R will get cancelled. What remains is N2 by V. So this is the equation that you got. Now, so what we'll do is we'll send this R term to that side and we'll bring this V term to this side. So N1 by N1 by U plus N2 by V is equals to N2 by R minus N1 by R. So this can be written as N1 by U plus N2 by V is equals to N2 minus N1 by R. So this is the final equation for the law of refraction. So N1 by the object distance, N2 by image distance. If you take difference of N2 and N1, then divide by R. So this is the equation for the law of refraction at the spherical refractive surface. So according to the sign convention, if V and R are positive and U is negative and the first medium is air, then N1 will be 1. Then what will happen to equation? N1U plus N2V is equals to N2 minus N1 by R. Now substitute U negative. So 1 minus 1 by U plus N2 by V, which is equals to N2 minus 1 by R. So this can be written as N2 by V minus 1 by U, which is equals to N2 minus 1 by R. So this can be written as N by V minus 1 by U, N minus 1 by R. So if the first medium is air medium, then you can directly apply this equation. If the both value for both medium are given, then you can apply this equation. So in this class we saw the derivation for law of refraction at the spherical refracting surface.